See, where a lot of people mess up at is they feel like as soon as they become part of a gang and enter an organization, that off rip, they earn respect. Man, I want to give a damn if God himself had a gang and someone became a part of it. You cannot force me to respect you. That shit is earned.
Hold down, man. Suitcase this, my cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see you, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, everybody? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. I want to tell everybody welcome back to another episode of Kfrogtv. Today we're going to be speaking on if all gangs are respected inside of prison. All right? And the reason I want to do this video is because a lot of people feel like when it comes to getting respect, only gang members get respect. That's what they feel like. Okay, don't get me wrong. Gang members are respected. So are people who are unaffiliated. All right? Not only gang members are respected, and not only unaffiliated people are respected. All right? But y'all know how it is. You got to earn respect. You feel me? You're not going to just wake up one morning and be like, you know what? I'm going to make these 30 people in here respect me. And the way I'm going to do that is by becoming a gang member. Now they respect me. It doesn't work like that. Okay? Now, as far as are all gangs respected in prison? I would say not all of them are. All right? Some of them are respected, you know, and it all goes on the numbers. Depends on how many numbers at that camp they have. Of course, whoever has the highest numbers or the highest real soldiers, you feel me? They're going to be respected more than ones who ain't got nothing. All right? And I make this video right here, you know, with the most up respect towards all organizations. Anything that I may say isn't me dissing no organization. You feel me? I have homeboys from all different types of cliques, all right? All the way from Chico gangs to white gangs to black gangs to all that, even Asian gangs, all right? So when I make this video here, I'm not disrespecting no one. I'm just speaking on from the experience that I witnessed myself while I was in prison. All right. All right. Now, I don't know how it is on the West Coast. I guess on the West Coast, they have a gang called the Woods. Well, we don't have that down here in the state of Florida. All right. And I finally caught on. That's why a lot of people on the West Coast, you know, feel some type of way when me, myself, and other people from down south in Florida, when we speak in the slang we talk with our urban words, the way that we speak. We say the N-word when we're talking to people, you know, stuff like that. And us hanging out with a different race, you know, us getting along with black people, you know, hanging out with Chicos, you know, stuff like that. I've seen that a lot of people, you know, they look at that some type of way, and they judge us down here on the East Coast off of what they are around or what they grew up around. Well, down here in the state of Florida, down here on the East Coast in general, we get along with all races, all right? Whites hang out with blacks, blacks hang out with whites. All different races say the N-word, you know, the way we talk, you feel me? And that's what it is. Now, the white gangs down here in the state of Florida, no camp that I ever went to was ran by the whites, all right? No camp I ever went to where they even considered a threat to any of the other gangs. In their own little world, maybe amongst each other, they were a threat to each other. They felt like they were badasses and they was on top, and how seriously and how much damage they will bring amongst each other, probably to each other from one brother to another brother. You understand? But any camp I went to while I served my bid, the gang that the white boys are in did not have a name anywhere, okay? And I literally had a homeboy one time that was a Zoe, and he got in a conflict or whatever with someone that was a Crip, and then one of the white boys from the gang, white gang, the Unforgivens or whatever, tried to stand up and say some shit like, oh, bro, da, 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 da. And my homeboy looked at me and said, man, we ain't worried about them, bro. We'll eat them for nothing. We'll eat them and get them all off the compound, bro. Like, that was one gang that I felt like didn't speak up for themselves, any camp I was at, all right? Now, I can't speak on everywhere in the state of Florida, but I'm talking about where I was at. When I was at Calhoun, Charlotte, and DeSoto, them boys didn't say nothing. Them boys let people talk to them however they wanted to, let people, you know, put down on them, try them. Didn't take anything they said seriously, okay? They didn't have no type of big hustle going on. They weren't like the man with the phones or the plugs or none of that shit. A lot of them had a bad habit of getting high, All right, that's how it was when I was incarcerated, okay? As far as, you know, the unforgivens and stuff like that. But I still salute them because I have a couple homeboys that, you know, that I came across some cool individuals that were part of that, you feel me? So I would never talk bad on them, but I'm just speaking off of my experience of who's respected the most and who isn't, all right? And if all gangs are respected in general. Also, every camp I ever landed at, y'all already know the Crips. All right. Every camp I ever landed at, I've never seen more than 4 of them on a compound. All right. So they didn't hold no weight. I remember at Charlotte, there was like 4 of them, and one of them was really ratchet, living like that or whatever. And again, the Zoes got them right off the compound in one day. Got them all up out of there. Get them from around there because they weren't respected. That's the thing. A lot of people who are in gangs, and some of these gangs that have low numbers, they'll prowl on unaffiliated people, and they'll prowl on people they can get away with it. You know what I'm saying? But then when they get into that type of pressure with other gangs that have more numbers, or now you're in the league beefing with the big dogs, then all of a sudden, you know, they can't do shit but curl, can't do shit but pack it up, check in, get from missing, get from around there. They'll find out who the threat is on the squad. Okay, there's 4 or 5 of y'all. Well, we know him, he's a smacker. We know he's a smacker, so we're gonna take your 2 smackers out. Your other 3 are gonna be stuck on the compound, and all they're gonna do is wanna pack their shit and get up out of there. All right? They never held no weight at any camp I was at also. You feel me? And I'm speaking on the 3 main camps I was at. Yeah, they were there, but anytime something went down, they didn't have enough numbers. They were just straight up swept off the compound to where there was nothing they could really do about it. No matter how solid and real that person would be their self, you feel me, as an organization, they didn't have shit going on. Any camp I went to, that same gang, you feel me? Now, they were respected from people who weren't in gangs. But as far as the other gangs respecting them, they looked at them the same way as like, we'll eat them if we have to eat them, okay? One time I had gotten a little conflict or whatever in my dorm, and I gave some dude a black eye. So he went and got his little homeboy, and his homeboy was a Crip. Next thing you know, boom, he come in the dorm or whatever, asking his homeboy what happened to his eye and all this other shit. And then he points at me saying, oh, him, ba, 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 ba. So then when he came over there looking at me, him and another Crip came up to me. 2 Crips walked up to me. They tried to say something to me in my dorm. And then they were like, oh, what's up with you and my homeboy? And I said, what's up with him? You feel me? And they were like, oh, you tell us, bro. You got a black eye from you. And I said, well, then you already know what's up with it then. He like, oh, okay, I feel you. So I'm like, what y'all niggas coming down here for? Trying to press me or something? What y'all got going on, bro? Y'all in the wrong dorm is what I told them. You feel me? And they're like, oh, okay. Next thing you know, one of my dogs, it's blood. I won't throw his name out there, but he come walking up. Hey, Frog, what's up, what? What's up, man? What you hardbacks doing in here? What you hardbacks got going on, bro? Frog, what's up, bitch? You good? What you hardbacks got going on in here? Because that's what they call them to disrespect them, a hardback. You feel me? Because a word to disrespect a Crip is a crab. What is a crab? A crab is a hardback. You feel me? They got a hardback, a shell. So, man, what your hardbacks got going on? Bitch, it's crab season, boy. What y'all got going on over here? And now the Bloods was finna get involved just because I was getting in a little confrontation with these 2 Crips that had nothing to do with anything that was going on. And you know what they did? Them 2 Crips, they kept their mouth closed, got up out my dorm, and left. You feel me? Any other gang would have stirred some shit. They would have been like, all right, shit, ain't nothing. Maybe it would have went down right then and there, or else they would have just waited until next movement or the next day or the day after that and decided to wet me up, catch me slipping. You feel me? They didn't. They literally brushed that shit on the rug and never said 2 words to me ever again because they wasn't willing to go to war against the Bloods. Them Bloods didn't respect them. If the Bloods respected them at that time, they wouldn't have been disrespecting them and calling them out of their name like that. You understand? That's how you know they wasn't respected by the Bloods at that point. You feel me? And that's the type of shit you see inside of prison. Everyone thinks because they're in a gang that they get respected. The only person you get respected from is the person who's in the same gang pushing the shit as you. And then a lot of times, low key, they don't even truly respect you. They only fuck with you because y'all are pushing the same thing, but they don't respect you. You feel me? They'll low key look at you deeply with animosity and feel like they want something bad to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? They look at, every time you get a violation where you got to get beat up by your own brothers and shit, they love that shit. They're happy you got a violation. You feel me? Like, so you're not really respected just because you became a gang member. You know what I'm saying? And no matter where you go, down here in the state of Florida, there's going to be gangs. okay? And the two main gangs that had the most numbers everywhere I went was the Latin Kings and the Bloods. Those two were the ones that had numbers no matter where I went. You feel me? And the Zoes, because like I said, I'm from Florida. Shout out to that 26, all them Haitians out there. You feel me? And you feel me? So they always stand and they put their foot down no matter where it is. They gonna always, they gonna have respect. They gonna earn respect. You feel me? And they're gonna be respected regardless. You can't just come home to a gang and not be known for nothing and ain't got no proof or show what you're truly about. You feel me? When gangs bring people home like that, which they do, you feel me? But when they bring people home like that, it's only a matter of time till you see their true colors. And the color you're going to see that person truly is a color that you won't even see inside of a crayon box. You feel me? So it's like, you got to be careful. If you want to earn respect, you earn that shit. You don't have to become a gang member to earn respect, because some people become gang members and still don't get respected. All right? And then you have people that are friends with you. Y'all are cool because y'all both affiliated, right? But that doesn't mean they respect your gang. That doesn't mean they're cool with your gang. You know what I'm saying? They could just be tied at the moment to where there's no beef between these two organizations. So now they got to play cool with you. You feel me? But in the back of their mind, and when they with their brothers having meetings when you're not around, they talking about they can't wait to flip your ass. They can't wait to hit you up and wet you up. You understand? And that's really what it is. You feel me? Another clique that was like, that had, people under them at every camp I went to was the Thresses. The Thresses was another little organization, that had names and had a lot of people up under them and stuff like that too as well. They was respected as well as the Kings, the Bloods, you feel me, the Z's, you know what I'm saying? The Cutthroats were respected at, when I was at Charlotte, I'd say, and at Calhoun. We didn't really have none of those at DeSoto, you feel me? The Cutthroats, the GDs, of course, they're everywhere, you feel me? But what I'm basically saying is not every gang was respected, okay? Only the ones that made people respect them. You see, there's a difference. When you can have 5 people that are pushing one gang, and these 5 people right here want that gang's name to be respected, and they want to plant and engrave their name in the pavement of that compound. They will be respected rather than 25 people pushing this other shit that ain't ever did nothing but rep it. You feel me? A lot of people rep it just to make them be known as something. And they're known as whatever the gang is they're repping. You feel me? But other people want to be known as that gang. You feel me? They want to put that gang on the map. They want to push that shit. Make it be known. You feel me? And there's a difference between that. Because you know how it is. What would you rather have? Would you rather have 4 quarters or 100 pennies? Think about it now. 4 quarters or 100 pennies? 4 solid ass people that gonna rock, or would you rather 100 pennies? Yeah, you got 100 of them rather than 4. But out of them 100 of them, how many of them are real? Or how many of them do you gotta think in your mind are real? Or how many of them do you gotta be iffy about if they gonna rock with you when that pressure comes? When that shit finally hit the fan, are truly gonna rock? Or nah, they just pushing that gang's name to act like they got respect. Because a lot of people, still to this day, they could go to prison and be a nobody in prison, be a peon in there the whole time, become a gang member because they want to feel important or something. They never was able to push nothing themselves or put their name on the map themselves, so they tried to just roll into something that already had a name. They give them a head start. But still, a lot of them would be peons in there, didn't do nothing, didn't have nothing, didn't make no money. They was a baser the whole time in there, got high, they was a junkie, you feel me, would rob people for a couple bags of chips, steal, different things like that. And then they'll come home and you'll see them in the streets in your neighborhood, and they'll walk around and talk like they was the shit when they was in prison. Like all that stuff you see and hear about was things they were doing. You feel me? That's how they'll push it. And then next thing you know, you'll find out, man, they ain't did their time the way they was out here trying to make people think, because they think they got the respect from people on the streets that they came home from prison and are in the gang now. That they are in the gang. You feel me? And really, not all gangs are respected. It all depends on where you land at, what camp you're on. Literally, like real shit. It all depends on where you go and what camp you're at. Because I know in other prisons, certain gangs that weren't respected at any of the camps I was at. I know in other prisons they were probably more respected, but I'm just speaking on from when I was incarcerated, where I was at, where they didn't get no play at, where they let them be there just to be there. You feel me? Anytime something would hit the fan, anytime something would go sour or something seems like something's going to go down and that animosity's in the air, them same little gangs that I'm talking about, the ones that had the low numbers, them boys would come walk up to the other gangs and make sure they're straight. Like, hey, bro, we good, right? Me and my peoples, this ain't got nothing to do with me and my peoples, right? You know what I'm saying? Just, they be so spooked to when them boys gonna come and then literally they let them stay there because they're not a threat. They're not considered a threat. See, there's a difference. If there was 4 people of one gang that was there and all 4 of them was a threat and they were known to rock out and they were ratchet, they were stone cold hitmen gonna wet people and all that, then them higher gangs that got 25, 30 people would eat them and get them off the pound the moment one thing goes sideways because they know they're a threat. You see what I'm saying? So these people weren't threats at any of the camps I was at, you know? And I literally seen with my own eyes. Like, I'd be in a dorm and there would be a whole group of the white boys, you know, they eat together and they hang out with each other. They hang out with each other 24/7. Everything they do is just them. You feel me? But if a black person walked up to them was like, hey man, let me borrow a suit, they're not gonna be like, oh nah, bro, I don't do business with blacks, bro. They would never do nothing like that in the state of Florida. They would never talk like that in the state of Florida. Oh, you can't sit and eat at this table because you're black. Never, ever would they do that down here in the state of Florida. That shit does not fly down here like that at all. You could say that to someone at breakfast, and if that shit don't go down right there in the chow hall, you ain't gonna make it to lunch. That same person you said that to or tried to even throw that little race card at like that, bro, you gonna have so many people on your ass. You gonna have more than one race and more than one gang all on you just for that. Because down here in the state of Florida, bro, we're all thrown in mixed together. You get what I'm saying? It don't matter if you're black and I'm white. We're going to get put in the same cell. It don't matter. There is no segregation of anything. You feel me? And in order to be respected, you got to earn respect. Because there are so many gang members that are in prison right now as I'm speaking, and so many gang members that made it through prison, or so many gang members that are on their way to prison that are never earned their respect. They just became a gang member. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, not all gangs are respected. You feel me? That shit's got to be earned, you know? And that's the problem, is people will go to a compound and they rep their gang. Say they just left the camp. Say they just left the camp and there was like 35 of them on the compound. So they had a name for themselves. They were known. They was in the mix. They was one of the top dogs at their camp. Next thing you know, they get shipped way the fuck to the other side of the damn map. And now they land there, and now they have no numbers. There's like 3 of them. Now what? They'll come there and think that because their name rang bells at that last camp, that it's gonna ring bells here? Hell no. Now as soon as you get there, they're gonna find out who it is they're going to beef with. Who it is we got, oh, who's the head over here? Oh, we ain't got no head? What do you mean? There's only 3 of us on the whole compound? Now you look at it like everyone is against you. If they want to eat you and get you off the pound, they can, because you don't have no respect yet on that compound. You feel me? You just came there pushing a gang that has no mark on this camp at all. You feel me? Yeah, y'all was the man at that other camp. Y'all had numbers over there at the other camp. But now you don't. You feel me? And then that's when a lot of them end up curling. A lot of them end up going their own route. They don't bang on the compound. Some compounds you get to, them gangs that got them high numbers will tell a gang that gets there, hey, look, bro, you ain't repping that shit on this pound. You feel me? There's none of y'all over here. We get all y'all off the pound every time you come here. You understand? There ain't no repping that shit. And sometimes they agree and they won't rep it. Or they'll low-key try to put something together under them same people, and then they'll find out, and then they'll come there and they'll get them all off the compound for trying to put shit together. That's how it goes down. Because not all gangs are respected. You feel me? All gangs are respected by me. You feel me? I got respect for gangs because, like I said, I know people from all organizations. You feel me? And I could never diss an organization because then I feel like I'm dissing the one person or the 5 people that I may know from that. You get what I'm saying? So I would never speak on an organization like that. I would speak on an individual from that organization. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it is, because not everyone who's a gang member is respected, because there's some gangs that don't have respect everywhere they go. You feel me? So you just got to be prepared, and you got to know that shit. If you ever go to prison, and you'll be able to peep it yourself. You'll be able to peep who acts what kind of way. It's kind of like picking faces. all right? They'll put down and try to start beef with someone who isn't affiliated, and they'll try to, you know, wheel and deal in that talk game and finesse them and act like they're gonna bully them and put down and all that shit on someone who ain't affiliated. And then you'll be like, okay, this is a real dude. This dude right here is living like that, bro. Everyone that comes in here, he does that too. Everyone that comes in here, until some real goon gang members get put in that same quad, that same damn dorm, and next thing you know, he's totally different. Then they go to talking shit to him, putting down on him, and he's like this. That means he picks faces. That means he picks his battles. He knows who's vulnerable, who he can get over on. You feel me? But he won't try it to another savage or someone else that's really living like that comes into that dorm. You feel me? That's the difference from being respected and not respected. Because if that was the case, the person who came in that was the gang member would have already respected that same dude who was putting down on all the unaffiliateds. You see what I'm saying? So that shows respect is earned. All right, you're not gonna just wake up one morning and everyone respects you. Like I said, I don't give a damn who puts a gang together. That shit's gotta be earned. There's gotta be something behind it. You can't just all of a sudden, you know, you're tired of people picking on you, you're tired of people trying to extort you, so you wanna become a gang member thinking you're gonna have less problems. Yeah, you'll have less problems, you feel me? But you still will not be respected. People will not respect you, straight up. And take it from me, the people in the chain gang who I fought were gang members. I didn't give a damn they gang banged because I didn't respect them. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it is. You feel me? But anyways, man, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video on up. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all drop them comments, man. Y'all know I be in the comment section chopping it up with y'all. You feel me? I see everything y'all put. You know, I'm not one of these green beans. You feel me? That's what I call them. I'm not one of these green beans out here that just throw shit out there and hope you look at it. Nah, I like to interact with people. You feel me? But like I said, I'm going to wrap this one on up. I appreciate y'all watching. Keep them squares, snakes, rats, clowns at your circle. And until next time, this Frog.